Well, good morning. I'm Deborah, the president of the Global Federation of Competitive Councils and the CEO of the U.S. Council on Competitiveness. And it's a great pleasure and honor for me to be back here in Birmingham, the very birthplace of the Industrial Revolution that transformed our world in the 19th and 20th century, and now going into the 21st century with tremendous leadership and vision in places such as Aston University. Thank you, Professor Vice Chancellor Subik, for your leadership in hosting us today. For those of you who don't know, the GFCC is a leadership network now of some 35 countries from around the world, bringing together leaders from universities, from industry, from competitiveness councils, from government agencies, all focused around one very important imperative. What do we do in our respective nations and regions to understand the policies, the opportunities, the actions that are going to drive inclusive prosperity and security for our citizens and all of the world in such a time of rapid, disruptive transformation? I want to thank our chairman of the GFCC, Chad Holliday, who's been with us on our journey since we started a little over 10 years ago to create this unique network. I want to mention, just by way of background as well, that the U.S. Council on Competitiveness that I have had the honor to lead now for many years had a very interesting vision, and that was at a time of intense technological change, concern, productivity lapses, productivity concerns, prosperity concerns. What could we do as a private sector organization to understand these changes but create an action agenda? And at the heart of our organization, now almost 40 years old, was that we had to bring together leaders from all sectors of our economy, CEOs, university presidents, labor leaders, and national laboratory directors to craft this agenda and then work with our government and society to bring them into reality. So universities have always been at the heart of creating the economies of the future and the innovation ecosystems. We are now entering a very exciting time in the work of the GFCC with our University Leadership Forum that was launched back in 2016, actually here in the UK at Imperial College. And we're very honored that Vice Chancellor Subik is going to be leading this second phase of our work with other members who are with us today. This event really is the first of a series of University Leadership Forum workshops, activities that will take us around the world, but it's very much anchored as well in the 2024 Annual Meeting and Global Innovation Summit of the GFCC that will be taking place next week in Belfast at Queen's University. And I want to thank Professor Sir Ian Greer of Queen's University, who will be hosting that event that many of you will be attending as well. I had the honor in June to visit Birmingham for the first time and deliver the address at the charter dinner. And doing a little bit of background and coming to Birmingham, and we're going to hear about this morning from many of the leaders from this city that are with us. I don't think many realize the profound importance and impact of this city in shaping the world that we now live in today and where it is going. But also, very importantly, in addition to the industrial might and the innovation and the engineering and the workshop, all the things that occurred in Birmingham and its infrastructure and talent, was that this city was a great center for the arts and culture. And I had the opportunity to visit the Birmingham Art Museum and learn that the arts and crafts movement, the pre-Raphaelite, all really was centered here. So for those of you coming from around the world who have a little bit of time, if you do so, please go into the center of this great city. And I want to thank you again, Vice Chancellor Subik, for hosting us last night at your fabulous charter new Chancellor Center that we had our drinks together with last night. Also, I want to say that in a time of such transformation and turbulence, universities really are the anchor in our communities. Yes, we've heard, of the traditional roles that universities play in education and training and nurturing young people, but also bringing together the extended community. And we're working very, very hard to make that a centerfold of the GFCC. Innovation hubs and what goes on in regions do not happen accidentally. They happen through leadership. They happen through connecting the dots. They happen through regional and radical collaboration, and then extending that out to the nation and the world at large. We're very proud at the U.S. Council on Competitiveness that we've launched a series of competitiveness conversations across America, where our university leaders are hosting activities that bring together everyone in a region that will be defining what will happen to those regions going forward, not just in terms of the vision, but how do you get the resources, the talent, the infrastructure, everything that makes regions grow and thrive in a time of intense collaboration and technology transformation at warp speed. You know, every conference talks about AI, and we'll certainly hear about that. But what's happened just in the last year, beyond the AI technology models that are now being embedded for productivity and efficiency, is how this is now connected to an energy transformation. And I'll just give an example in the United States. Many of us in the GFCC, some in this room, had the honor to have an innovation arena at COP28 last year in Dubai. It's the first time COP28 mentioned the government leaders the importance of nuclear energy and part of the energy transformation. Within a year, we've had massive investments in small nuclear reactors. We're seeing huge data centers powered by nuclear. All of this is happening in less than a year. And again, universities and their communities are at the heart of these transformations. So I look forward to a very, very exciting discussion today and then continuing into Belfast. I want to thank you, Vice Chancellor Subix. I want to thank Claire Noakes, your incredible leader that's made all this happen. I want to thank others we've been teaming with, Dr. Martin Betts, the founder and CEO of HEDx, a member of the GFCC, Nick Hellman, the director of the Higher Education Policy Institute, all the leaders in Birmingham, the West Midlands. And I want to thank the GFCC team, Dr. Roberto Alvarez, Eleni Rodriguez, and my colleague at the council, Chad Evans, Executive Vice President. So challenges, change, radical collaboration, complexity, and most of all, collaboration, collaboration, collaboration. Thank you so much.